crypto, I guess, quote unquote expert. I don't really know that there's any experts, but understanding the technology. One of the things that we said we're trying to build a global business was, we have great people in our company. But everyone comes from a different background experience, which is what makes this people movement so special. But I have a couple of great people here with me today. Mr. J.P. Hong, who runs our Korea business. Justin Chow, who runs our Asia business development in Puma, who's also here, who oversees a big portion of our business development region. We all come from different backgrounds and experience. But we said this is going to play out differently. And everyone in crypto 1.0, it was like this vacuum of people rushing in to make money. But we knew that as the smart money started paying attention to institutional paid money, that crypto 2.0, there would be a price to be paid. Because this is a very nascent immature asset class, and people would come in, there's a lot of infrastructure missing to scale this, to get the velocity of money through this ecosystem. And then in crypto 2.0, it would be everyone would feel like they were losing, because as the prices consolidate off of Ethereum, the investment will go into infrastructure around the ecosystem, not necessarily into the capital market. So everyone's going to get a smaller piece of the smaller pie. And I think we're feeling that in crypto 2.0 now. The fact of the matter is, people say, is this the end? Is it the price? Are the prices? Is it reflecting the end? And the truth of the matter is, if this were a sporting event, we're just hearing the end of the national anthem. The game is just beginning. This is all normal. This is all expected. And the reason that I got into this, the efficacy of the technology, is why, and the fundamentals of that have not changed, regardless of the price of the underlying. The price of the movement of the underlying cryptocurrency is merely a scorecard for trading. The movement is getting bigger all around the world. Everywhere I see, I travel around the world and talk to people. You know why? It's because when we crossed over, it wasn't because I believed that I could get rich quick in Bitcoin or Ethereum or anything. I believed in you. I believed in the people that were going to drive this movement. The fact of the matter is, I'm just as committed to this as I was ever before, and I've seen both sides. Because this is the better way that we thought about. I didn't know what I was seeing on that Lehman Sunday, but this is it. So this is just beginning. And what we do, because we're spending resources around the globe trying to adapt to these conditions, we monitor what we call the institutionalization curve. There's 6 inputs that go into this that don't act independently. It's a mosaic of what will bring the institutions in. And I'll give you a brief cursor of this, because we don't have unlimited time. I'll get the head points, and we're here to talk all day about this. And any of my guys here, we can talk about it as well. But the truth of the matter is, there's 6 inputs that we monitor on a weekly basis. I spent most of the early part of my career in GitHub. So we look at a lot of how the development of the technology is going. So first and foremost, the inputs of our institutionalization curve are access to liquidity. The market structure for cryptocurrencies is bifurcated. Right now, we have 290 exchanges where you can trade crypto across the world. There's another 200 in the process of being rolled out, and that doesn't include the decentralized exchanges. Access to liquidity in any one place is difficult, so institutions don't want to come in and scrape across 27 different exchanges to get their fill, which is why the over-the-counter market, what we do, has dominated the marketplace. Because if you need to trade 50 million quick and you want to sell 50 million Bitcoin, we step in, we buy it, we settle with you today, you're done. You don't have to go across these exchanges. We'll have to solve for the access to liquidity. The second input is the settlement process. Fiat is slow. If I want to move money from the United States to Australia, the best thing I can do is go to my ATM, take as much cash out as I can, get on a plane and fly to Australia, because I will beat that wire transfer by a day. The second piece of the settlement is that what Wall Street does very well, what the traditional money centers do, is they move velocity of money. Right now, there's a repo market where you can price that velocity of money, and the loan mechanisms allow for the movement of collateral. Everything right now in the ecosystem is bilateral. As the really smart improvements are made to this, and they speed up that process, and we can use that velocity of money through the system, the institutions will be more likely to come because they can move that money through the system. The third input is custody and security. I don't need to spend too much time on this. You understand, this is the only asset class that you've ever seen in your lifetime where the operational risk outpaces and is bigger, if you faster than the market risk. Bitcoin cannot go to zero today, but their wallet can. And institutions need to gain that trust There is a mountain of investment with really brilliant people running out there to invest in this technology. It will mature. It's coming fast. The fourth is valuation and research. We are used to, as traditional capital markets people, we start learning in high school how to evaluate a balance sheet and an income statement. We look at earnings estimates and CFO calls. That doesn't exist because people don't understand yet how to identify the fundamentals of these technologies. But as things continue to adopt, or as we say, a flop, as some of the early tokens are going down, we will get smarter on what those inputs are, and we will be able to document them, and research will become more standardized and harmonized, and people will begin to further develop their understanding of valuations, and that will bring institutions closer and closer. The next input is the uncertainty around regulation. This is a truly global product. How do you regulate a product? In traditional capital markets, any of the securities or asset class types have been regulated by country and government in common law regulation. This is a truly global product. How do you regulate something that 7.5 billion people on 6 continents can trade at any point in time? When you look at that, you say, that's challenging. So as we get our arms around that, institutions will come further. And the sixth and most adoption. We need to commit every day and believe in the system and come in and give a dime for our nickel every day and be excellent every day, because as these things adopt, the institutions are coming. I've talked to 4 Fortune 500 CFO and treasurers in the last 4 months that have said, we want to totally of our capital market structure. How can we get that out there? Can we do it? And I said, you're a little early because the Fidelities and the Wellingtons, that they're not ready to take Apple debt, are not quite ready to take Apple token yet, but they will be. So the big institutions are coming. They're studying blockchain and crypto with Ethereum. Those 6 inputs make up the mosaic, and when any combination of these come together, you're going to see sparks that will bring the institutions in, and your things will feel a lot better than they do today.
I think last year is like a roller coaster ride for everyone in crypto space. Especially, we probably have the same thing like you had a couple of years on Sunday, a couple of years ago. And last year when we see the bottom, the high. What's your last advice for all these individuals for the coming year, 2019? Do you feel optimistic about the crypto space? What's your advice for individual investors?
Every single day, when I wake up and my feet hit the floor, the first thing that pops in my head is, gosh, I wish I would have got up an hour earlier. I'm so excited to do this every day, because this is a movement that can change the way that the world works and can enable things for a lot more people. So if you are a believer and you are here because you believe this commitment, the first and foremost is that this is a movement of the people, each and every one of you. There's someone in this room here today that will participate or invest in some technology that will change the world. Look around this room. It may not be tomorrow, it may not be a month from now, it may be in 2 years, but somebody in this room is going to be up here on the stage talking about this technology they developed, what they did. The key is you got into this for a reason. Visualize what you believe and become what you see. Go out every day, be excellent, give a dime for your nickel, and commit to this, because I am more committed to this than I was when I got into this in 2011. It's now, so we're starting to see the vision of how it can play out. If we're building on something and you're working on something this year, keep building. I wrote this in the CoinDesk article at year end. This is the year where we'll see the consolidation continue, and then it will start moving out from there. The future's bright. So work hard, study, put your sunglasses on, because it's going to be so bright you're going to see the glare.
But it's in the bright future. And you don't have to tell us a thank you for